In this video, I'm going to show you 100 completely custom built LEGO cars, but I've only got 10 minutes to do it. So let's get started. Alright y'all, I got 10 minutes before my pizza arrives, so let's get to it. Maybe it'll show up in a Pizza Planet truck, like this one from Toy Story. There's a phrase from an old TV show that goes, "I love it when a plan comes together." Well, I love it when a build comes together. Like these two vehicles from the A-Team. Here's an ambulance with some snotty building techniques and a working door. This is one of the many big rig trucks I've built, and it might be my favorite. I built the Civic for a series of hypothetical sets where I imagined that LEGO actually made the Fast and Furious into a full-fledged theme. Check out the full video on my channel. I built your mom's Avalanche, your dad's Silverado, your uncle's Tahoe, and your aunt's Suburban. Legos are blocks, Volvos are blocky. Why doesn't LEGO make more Volvos? What? This counts. Golf carts are vehicles too. I updated the old Bugatti Chiron with more modern parts and techniques. I even made a tutorial for it, so you can build it too. This F8 Tributo and all the Ferraris in the video have a really cool feature. The body transitions from 6 studs in the front to 7 studs in the back. This is one of my favorite cars from the Fast and Furious, and Ja Rule yelling is one of the funniest moments in the whole series. I really like building old school cars like this Impala. My favorite detail on this one are the minifig hands that I used on the hood. This Land Cruiser has a hitch so it can drag a trailer. Somebody call the fire department, because this truck is lit. My favorite details on this one are the little greebly bits on the side. I even made a truck for the Chief. What do you think? Have you ever seen the movie Red Dawn? If you have, you might recognize this truck. Wolverines! One of the first LEGO cars I ever made was my own personal vehicle. I don't mean to flex, but I think it turned out really well. Flex. Get it? Do you get it? I remember staring at the old Model Team sets when I was young, but they were always more than my allowance could afford. And buying one now on the used market, forget about it. So I built my own. I built this bus with a livery based on the transportation system in my old city. There's plenty of room inside for passengers, so I guess you could say it's bussin'.
Move this man!
Okay, I'm sorry. But check this out. The front door opens, and there's even a bike rack. I built all 6 generations of Camaro. I even built a Bumblebee mech for the 2nd gen, but no mech for the 5th. Sorry, Wiki, maybe later. In the spirit of fairness, I built every street light near a coffee and cars meetup's worst nightmare. That's right, every generation of Ford Mustang. Spinning out at a diner near you since 1964. Speaking of spinouts, here's my small tribute to the GOAT, Ken Block's world-famous unicorn.
Great Scott!
Is that a DeLorean? It is, but not just any DeLorean. It's the time machine from Back to the Future. I even built the van driven by the, uranium enthusiasts. I built a lot of Ferraris over the years, but this one might be my favorite. And check this out, it's got opening doors, and even uses an illegal building technique for the mirrors. I built Iron Man's Audi R8 based on Hachiroku 24's model of the car, but I updated it with a lot of newer pieces and some new techniques too. Y'all know I love the Fast and Furious, so I had to build Dom's Charger. I also built the off-road version from Furious 7. Did you know that the Charger is the only car that Dom drives in any of the movies? Since I built Dom's Charger, you know I built Brian's Supra, so I could very maturely reenact scenes from the movie. Family. This truck started as a challenge from someone on Instagram to build a dually. If you didn't know, a dually has 4 wheels in the back, each in pairs of 2. But that wasn't the only pair I included. I really like this AMC Javelin, but I seem to be the only one. Drop a like so it's not sad anymore.
They ask you how you are,
After I built the Wrangler, I decided to see if there were any other Jeeps I could make, and this Gladiator was a perfect fit. So I extended the wheelbase, gave it opening doors, and a really cool roll cage. Everyone knows about the Punisher's van, but did you know that he drove a Pontiac GTO in the 2004 movie? Neither did anyone else. This El Camino is perfect for living by yourself in the swamp, hunting alligators for living, and knock them in the head with a stomp. I was cooking so hard that when I made this Mercury coupe, I decided to use spoons for mirrors. You know those cheesy Christmas movies that your mom watches every winter? Well, if you pay attention, you're almost always going to spot a red truck somewhere in the movie. And here it is in LEGO, the Plymouth Superbird, one of the coolest looking muscle cars I've ever seen. Here's another update to an old set. The color is bright light orange, and I love this color. I should really build more using it. And for all the illegal building technique aficionados, I snuck one in here too. I used strips from spent sticker sheets for the stripes on this 488 Pista. And Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers too. This Chevy Colorado spent too much time outside, so now it has a tan. You get it? Because I built it in tan? Do you get it? I started shrinking down the new F1 cars, but these are the only 3 I've built so far. There is one thing though. The drivers had to lose their heads to fit into the car.
FBI, open up!
My bae wouldn't let me buy the official Land Rover set. She was saying some crazy stuff like, it's too expensive.
Nope.
We've got bigger responsibilities. And how are we gonna feed the kids? So I built my own version. I shrunkified as many details from the original set as I could. It cost way less, and she finally stopped yelling at me. I don't really know much about the Mercury Cyclone, but I like the way it looked, so I decided to build it. Most people say the best Bond is Sean Connery, but they're wrong. It's Pierce Brosnan. Most people say GoldenEye is Brosnan's best Bond film. They're wrong again. It's Tomorrow Never Dies. So I built the BMW 750 from the movie. I also built one of the vehicles for my second favorite James Bond, Roger Moore, the Lotus Esprit from The Spy Who Loved Me. You know, the car that floats. This one does not. It will go underwater. While not a big deal over here in the States, Volvo is a huge manufacturer of commercial trucks and equipment, especially over in Europe. So I wanted to make a truck for my Lego city, Americaville, USA. What? They're European. All the residents are Danes. My favorite car from the Fast and Furious is probably Brian's Skyline from number 2. Lego's made 2 official versions of this car, but both are too big, and one's a little too stubby. So I made my own. I really like this old Chrysler. I like the front end, I like the back end. I think it looks pretty sharp. Maybe a little too sharp, because I ended up using swords for the B-pillars. Ow! Folks really seem to like this one. It's a 1978 Ford F-Series. The small gap between the bed and the cab is made using brackets and Technic bricks. This is a stock Ford Explorer. Yep. That's it. Growing up, I loved playing Need for Speed. Driving fast was a blast, but my favorite thing to do was play as the cops and chase down my friends. I did build quote-unquote civilian versions of all these cars, but I wanted to show y'all the police versions first. They're kind of inspired by Need for Speed and also some police vehicles that I've seen online. My favorite's the Diablo, which is yours. Bumblebee was feeling a little rudderless without his leader, so I made an Optimus Prime big rig and a mech for him to have dance parties with. This was one of the first 6-stud cars I made, and my techniques have gotten a lot better since then, but I think this one holds up pretty well. A speedy Volvo? No way. It was called the 850, and a wagon version actually raced in the 1994 British Touring Car Championship. As for the Lego version, it's not that quick, but it does use a minifigure ice skate for the emblem. In case you were wondering, all of the custom decals were made by Matt's Brick MOCs. I'll put his info in the description, definitely check him out if you need stickers for a project. He does great work. Like on this Mitsubishi Eclipse from the Fast and Furious. You might recognize these two. That's because I like to shrink down the 8-stud Speed Champion sets to 6 wide, so they scale better with minifigs in my city. This one even has working doors. And this one looks like a frog. Did you know that Lego has made 4 F40s? Each in different scales too. My version fits right in between the old Speed Champs from 2019 and the one released last year. Out of all the cars I built, this Jeep Wrangler is probably my best. I think it looks a lot like the real thing, and I even use some cool building techniques. Like here, I use jumper plates on the fenders to offset them by half a stud. Here's another shrunk down version of an official set. The Dragster was kind of tricky, but getting the double headlights on the Challenger was the real challenge here. Here's basically how I did it. 2 clips attached to this bar with studs on both ends that feed into a 1x1 Technic brick under the hood. After I posted the Ram from Twister, I got a bunch of requests to build the Jeep Poncho too. So that's what I did. This Chevelle is one of the most expensive cars in this video. And that's because these mudguards only came in one set and are super hard to find now. And when you do find them, they're kind of pricey.
Oh my God!
Straight out of the 80s, this Testarossa is a Vice vibe. While we're on the subject of 80s TV Ferraris, when Magnum isn't busy shooting nuns for working on Sundays, he's cruising in this sweet 308. Which 80s TV Ferrari is your favorite? Or is there another one you're thinking of? I like this Kenworth a lot. It's all slopey and stuff. Plus it's driven by a lady. Ooh, a lady. Check it out. This Dodge Ram has a working latch on the bed. This is my version of the latest Ford Bronco. It was the first Bronco I built. And here's my version of the first gen Bronco. And it was the last Bronco I built. Funny how that worked out. Here's another shrunk down version of an official set. This one might be my best. The Bronco's cool, but in my opinion, the GT is the real star here. I utilized a neat technique here using the one ring to connect the front. If you're a Mad Max fan, you probably recognize this one. It's Max's MFP pursuit car from the first movie. The design is based on Hachiroku 24's version, but I think I was able to improve it in one major way. Using a couple brackets and some snot techniques, the striping is all brick built. And here's another one, the last of the V8s. These are the only 2 vehicles I built from the Mad Max series so far, but how would y'all feel about a video similar to the one I put out the other day, but instead of the Fast and Furious, I make a hypothetical series of sets for Mad Max. Tokyo Drift was the first Fast and Furious movie I actually enjoyed. I liked it so much, I went back and watched the old ones, and obviously since then my love for the franchise has grown. Yes, you are experiencing deja vu. It's another RX-7. The Ferrari Enzo was a really tough one at this scale. I must have gone through 20 versions before landing on this, but I'm really happy with the final result. This Maverick is one of my favorite trucks I've made, and it has some really cool building techniques too. Like the back part here is a little subassembly that's not actually connected to anything. It's held in place by the parts above. But did you know that the Maverick wasn't always a truck? It used to be the designation of one of Ford's old muscle cars. Which version do you prefer? And I saved the best for last, a cozy coupe. Nah, I won't do you dirty like that. I'll leave you with one of my favorite MOCs I've ever made, Brian's Ford F-150 Lightning from the Fast and Furious. Alright, my pizza just got here. Thank you so much for watching the video. Let me know down below which one was your favorite. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I almost have enough cars to make a part 2. So if this video gets 1,000 likes, I will. Instructions for all of these are available on my Patreon and Rebrickable pages, so check the links in the description. And a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, especially Stan, Jim, Ricardo, and Zach. Thanks again for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.